For example, if you're
Mhm.
a personal trainer, you don't just want to say, let me help you with your health. The word health is an industry. It's not a focus group, right? So
Hey there, and welcome to a brand new episode of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hassman, and joining me today is a brand new rock star. I'm super excited to dive into the conversation today. He's the Chief Revenue Officer at Score App, Maxwell Nee. Thanks so much for joining me.
thank you for having me, Kirby.
Absolutely. So look, if you're listening to this podcast, we talk to marketers, we talk to entrepreneurs. We're always looking to grow our business. And I've heard you talk about getting 3 times more leads and sales in any business. And so that caught my eye, as it probably should have. So can you talk about how to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So my last business, we grew that from zero to $250,000 a month in about 22 months. That was during
Wow.
COVID. We had a totally remote team. The majority of us had never met, and that was also in a saturated industry. The coaching industry, which has a lot of competition. And a lot of people ask, how do we do that? With a lot of leads and a lot of sales. So anything that gave us an advantage in lead generation and converting more sales and converting sales within a shorter time frame, like shortening that sales cycle, we would do it. And one of the tools we used was ScoreUp, which I invested in after we started using it, and then now I'm helping them to double their clients. So long story short is that ScoreUp is a quiz marketing platform that helps to extract and personalize data from each and every client so that you can use that to better serve the client. And using this quiz marketing platform, you typically get like a conversion rate of about 40%. So
Wow.
40% of the people that use it, that see it, use it the whole way. So you've got an extremely high converting lead magnet, which then bumps up all your numbers to more sales appointments and then more sales.
Yeah, that makes sense. So like a lot of us are um, creating content. I mean, obviously we are, right, as we speak. So how do you have any advice for people who are creating content and how we turn that audience into more leads?
Yeah, so you can use any type of lead magnet. A lead magnet is just something that offers someone a little bit of value in exchange for their information, right? So a
Sure.
really typical lead magnet that most people would have done before is, how you go to a really good restaurant and they say, pop your business card in the bowl and you might win a free meal, a free meal for the week. So that's like a lead magnet, right? Free meal for, 200 business cards a week. So a quiz funnel does the same thing. A webinar does the same thing. A case study, a document, any sort of free PDF download does the same thing. So, in essence, what you're doing is you're asking a potential client to engage with you. And then if you have, 1,000 people listening to your podcast, 100 people engage with you, you know that those are the 100 to focus on rather than 1,000 that didn't engage with you, right? Because
Right.
they're more along the sales cycle to potentially buy something from you.
Yeah, and it's funny, the people who get this concept do it really well, but it's like getting people over that hump. I, you just mentioned that the Score app will convert it like 40%, and that's amazing. Can you talk about creating lead magnets that do kind of convert at a high rate like that?
Yeah, so they used to take a lot of work, a lot and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
work. But now you can use tools like we've incorporated like ChatGPT into ScoreUp that if you just answer a bunch of questions, it'll prompt the AI wizard, and it'll write about 6 hours of copy for you. 6 hours
Wow.
of writing concept and everything. Just wave like a magic wand and then it's done. So that used to be the hardest part. Like because not everyone knows how to write copy, not everyone is good at sales. But if you could just get some intelligent templates that really helps you to have a head start.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, what's it like? I mean, obviously, we want people to do their marketing the most effective way they possibly can. But what are some mistakes you see people making? You know, they want to grow their business, um, but they keep messing up. What are some mistakes you see, and how might they overcome them?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people don't take the time to understand their customer and what their customer is looking for, and then you end up just sounding like everyone else, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big advocate and a big fan of really, really focusing and lasering in on a particular type of customer. For example, if you're
Mm-hmm.
a personal trainer, you don't just want to say, let me help you with your health. The word health is an industry, it's not a focus group, right? So
Right.
if you're a personal trainer, you want to focus on, let's say, men over 40 who wants abs, like something really specific, and then go wider from there. And all the great businesses did this. Like a lot of people forget.
Right.
Amazon did this. When Amazon first started, they're the everything store, right? And it's very tempting to go
Yeah.
into everything, to go into batteries and pillowcases and chairs and erasers and that type of thing. But Amazon started with the most strategic thing to sell online, which was books. And they did books because books, as an example, don't have any batteries in them, so they don't need extra padding,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have potential toxic leakage when you post it around the world. Books can be sold and then resold, so they had two markets in with one launch. They had the new
Mm-hmm.
market and then the pre-owned market, and also books can be shipped through rain, heat, winter, snow.
True.
A book isn't going to break if it's in 45, 50-degree heat. Also not going to break if it's shipped in sub-zero. So
Yeah.
it's just about picking the most advantage focus group for you and your
Yeah.
resources.
That's great. That's great advice. All right, man. Okay, final question for you. I just throw it at you. Like, what's one piece of advice that if you are looking to grow, if you're looking to create a bigger business, what's one piece of advice you'd give anybody, whether it's somebody who's been in business for a while or somebody starting out?
Yeah, it's super cliche, but I've tried to do businesses on my own and guess the whole way, and then
Mm,
I've worked with people that I just sort of piggybacked off someone else's expertise and was more of a teammate zero, teammate number one,
yeah.
and I've always made more money, had more fun, and just went to sleep happier at night when I worked with professionals that had done it before, even though
Yeah.
it's fun to try to, wander through the wilderness and figure things out for yourself. But you don't want to figure everything out for yourself, and when you're doing that all the time, I really think it loses its fun, and then you just get all the downside of being a business owner, and none of the upside, which is the fun, the freedom, the extra income. Like you don't get any of that if things aren't working. So just pay the money, find that person, be patient until you find that person that has done it before. If you can't get paid, just I'd be willing to work with them for free, and I had done that before because I just said, hey, I really want
Mhm.
to learn from you, learn what you need to learn so that you can win faster with more certainty rather than guessing. Because when you're an entrepreneur, the most painful thing is that when you make mistakes, you're learning and you're paying for the mistakes with your own money, with your own savings, right?
Yeah.
But when you are working in corporate, in a job or whatever, when you make mistakes, the company pays for it. But when you're an entrepreneur, you
Mhm.
pay for it. You pay for it twice. You pay for it by not making money and probably by losing a little bit of money plus time. So you want to reduce that to just as short as possible by working with someone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Understand who you are, right, and where you will thrive the best. I love that. All right. Where can people learn a little bit more about you, Maxwell, or Score App?
Yeah, so you can learn a bit more about me, Maxwell Nee, on LinkedIn. I'm probably most active there. And Score App, SCOREAPP.com is our app. We have about 6,000 clients right now using it to generate more leads, sales, and impact for their businesses today.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Maxwell. This has been really fun. Really appreciate you doing it. Okay.
My pleasure. Thanks, Kirby.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time.